Technology people, people who understand the technology and the implementation. Service providers do have stakes in the success or failures of a project beyond the project implementations. Independent research groups have identified lack of proper communication between the various stakeholders as one of the biggest failure factors for an IT project. In this article we will discuss 7 of the crucial practices that are important for developing architectures that survive and succeed. We package our thoughts in the vocabulary and language we understand, often ignoring the fact that the receiver might be having her own set of vocabulary and language. IT projects are team-driven and creating a common vocabulary could be a daunting task. Criticality of the architecture piece in the success of any IT system necessitates taking all the precautions getting it done right the first time. Today, I have well over 5,000 images in my Pictures file of all sorts of innovative designs, aerospace graphics, futuristic architecture, high-tech automotive designs, and new inventions. It works really good, it can wind you up in the morning and motivate you. IT is getting into the DNA of the business rather working in a silo. As we can observe, each of the groups hold knowledge of one of the critical pieces and lacks knowledge of the other important piece. Last but the most important point is that in the changing business models, IT service providers are seen as business partners and not just vendors who provide services. They could have idea of the vision of the business managers, but not much knowledge about the functional and technical aspects of the project. The above descriptions have been framed to make the groups exclusive to highlight the challenges. They may have directional idea of what has to done but may not be exact about how IT can be an enabler for realizing that vision. This can happen only if they have a fair understanding of the business and they speak in the language that business people understand. Software systems are getting ever bigger and complicated while their time to market, TTM, is shrinking ever shorter. Most of them found from browsing Google Images under headings like innovative designs or futuristic concepts that I use in my screensaver and let them run on my slideshow feature at intervals of 1 to 2 seconds to hyperdrive my visual spatial parts of my brain when I am in intensive thinking moods. From the technology standpoint, architecture is the blueprint for the system. Project managers, people who will be executing the project once approved and are more concerned about the resources, efforts, and timelines. That's a decent idea indeed, maybe I might just do that. Not long ago, I was explaining this to an acquaintance and she said, sounds like therapy, or a car racing video game. The data shows that more than 50% of the projects that failed could have been saved if the folks in the team had taken keen interest in understanding each other. Concept designers, architects, teachers, pilots, consultants, lawyers, artists, writers, etc. They will understand the management's vision in business terms but not the technology that could make it happen. Business managers, they have the vision of the future. IT has established itself as a business enabler and serves as one of the prime drivers for the business growth. All the groups must have a common understanding for a project to succeed and to have that they must speak a common language. Indeed, I said, yes, exactly. It works so good, you should try it. They will not have detailed knowledge of the business functions though. Take all your favorite images, scenery, vacations, personal pictures, and try it, or whatever you are into. In actual, the team structures and the expertise of the members will vary case to case and may not be this exclusive. Put efforts and have patience until there is a consensus over the understanding. Communication is a vehicle to transfer our thinking among ourselves. This changed business landscape, with its high dependency on IT, demands looking at the architecture development process from a fresh perspective. There are natural hurdles for them while communicating with each other. Business and IT are proliferating into each other's domains so fast that in near future there will be no space that could be said exclusive to either of them. Let me tell you of a brain-enhancing strategy I had stumbled upon after loading a very large number of images into my pictures file, which was automatically hooked, perhaps like your computer set up, to my screensaver program. After sitting and watching it one day, I noted how it spurred on my brain and increased my spatial reasoning prior to designing sessions. Business users, they know how the business operates and its intricacies, challenges, opportunities, existing environment, etc. This poses a big challenge as team members do have different backgrounds, they see the things differently and talk about them differently and have different focus areas. Avoid the technology discussions until technology people have some comfort with the business domain. At a high level, any IT project will involve people from the following groups. Anyway, I hope you will try this to tap into your creative genius as well. Technology solution providers will need to go beyond solving a business problem and actually see the opportunities of improvements proactively. This can happen only if the business is the language spoken and entire team understands it. Given the heterogeneous nature of the IT teams, it is no wonder that the effective communication is a challenge. Why there is a lack of effective communication across the team, even when there is a lot of communication going on. At the same time, the cost of failure for the software implementations is getting higher. So it will need conscious effort on the parts of the business people to make the technology people understood what they do mean. The meaning of what has been communicated could change drastically after the receiver converts and translates it into her own terms. Give the business user and domain folks all the available time affordable to speak out themselves to the rest of the team. Someday I should put together groups of screensaver pictures for different professions. So that too will necessitate the team to think in the terms of the business. Experts who are watching the trends and the tech gurus are settling their minds with the fact that the line between the business and IT is disappearing fast.